Heyo! My name is Rippy, I'm an artist, and like many artists, I have OCs. Welcome back to another episode of Rippy's OC Introductions. This is a continuation of Hachi's story. That's right, it's a part 2, and I have just a couple points before I start. First of all, I forgot to record on Clip Studio Paint until the majority of my line art was done. Second of all, I will not be drawing a background because I'm lazy. With that, let's get into it. If you haven't seen the last video I made about Hachi, go see it. It'll have a lot of important information, and I will be picking up from where I left off. Okay, so he marries both of his wives, and he has children with both of them. Right now I'm still deciding how many, but they all live a really quaint, quiet life, and they're all happy, and it's really calm for a very long time. Until one day, him and my other OC, Kashitsu, they kind of find one another and get to talking, and Kashitsu, who is a surgeon and part-time hero deal going on, proposes an experimental eye transplant that might help Hachi regain control of his quirk. Hachi refuses, he doesn't want his quirk back, and is perfectly happy being the way he is, until he starts thinking about all of the ways that things can go wrong. He eventually goes along with the procedure, and gets a new eye, which is why one of his eyes is purple and the other one is yellow. So after he gets this eye transplant, him and Kashitsu occasionally work together as heroes. By the way, Kashitsu, this guy, that one right there, him, he's a hero now. If you want to hear about how that happened, let me know. Anyways, back to Hachi. Him and Kashitsu make a very good team because Kashitsu is fast enough that he can get up close, and his quirk does massive damage. But in the case that they want to take down a villain peacefully, Hachi can stay off to the sidelines and hit them with a tranquilizer dart. Which brings us to the moment that I'm drawing right now. During one of their missions, their little group of heroes, they plan to attack a villain, and their plan hinges around the fact that the villain will enter from a specific side of town. This villain is very strong, so Kashitsu does not want to rely only on his quirk. They plan for Hachi to stake out in an abandoned building nearby and tranquilize the villain whenever the time is right. However, their plan falls apart because the villain enters the town very much closer to Hachi than they initially expected. The villain immediately picks up on Hachi's presence, and Hachi, being better at ranged combat than melee, is unable to fight him off. The villain grabs Hachi by the head and repeatedly slams it into the wall. Hachi is left with severe internal brain injuries, and even suffers a stroke as a result. Kashitsu obviously is a surgeon, and is able to provide the care quickly that will enable Hachi to live. Unfortunately, the stroke leaves him with an altered personality, and he no longer acts the same as he did before. I know this is sad, but it's really my bread and butter. I love drama, and more importantly, I love drawing drama. I love drawing their faces. Anyways, if you want to hear more, let me know. Bye bye!